these all the way around so that the ends are not exposed to the elements. So let's cut the ends first, I think. Not too short. Cut that real quick. Actually, we'll do the little trim. Like that. The reason why I go to the extent of this is a lot of my boxes are within the boundaries of Banau Brycheiniog, or better known as the Brecon Beacons. I'm aware that can be quite brutal. So it could be in the winter, it could be a nice mild 12 degrees down in Dorset or on the south coast of England. But actually where my nest box is situated, that's 5, 6, 7 degrees difference. So this is why I go to the extent of securing the edges and putting edging strips. It's an extra little bit more work, but it's worth it in the long run because I want these boxes to last, and I intend to top these up with masonry paint every, I don't know, 4 to 5 years, depending how bad they're worn down, really. Even though I do get materials donated to me, a lot of my own money goes into this. Obviously the diesel, I've got to pay for the diesel for my 4x4, and the brad nails I have to pay for, and these are all expensive these days. So when you're putting your own money into it, you want these boxes to last as long as you can to get your money's worth. So this is why I go to the extent of doing this. Probably a few experts out there looking at this thinking, well, there's different ways to seal the ends of ply with paint. Yes, I agree there is, and I've tried that. I've tried filling in the cavities with a waterproof filler, and it's still broken down, and still the rain still penetrated. So after all the things that I've tried, this seems to be the most effective. And really, it doesn't cost me brad nails, but the ply donated. These edging strips are just pallets that I've collected from industrial estates. There's always pallets left out and about on the industrial estates. Just pick them up, take them home and use them. Some of it is really good wood as well. And I was lucky this time because I had a load of ply delivered to my house on a pallet. So I actually, instead of throwing that pallet out, it's by there. I'll show you. So there's the strips. It was quite a long 8x4 pallet to put 8x4 sheets of ply on. So I cut it down into strips. It's been perfect rather than throw it out. So I'm always open to suggestions. I mean, a cost-effective way of doing this, is there a different way? What would you do? Would you use some sort of paint to seal it off? I mean, there's all sorts of roofing materials I can use to finish it off. I think it's called blackjack. It's like a tar, but again, it's expensive stuff. So it's got to be cost-effective. Otherwise, I'm just not going to be able to afford to do it. And this is the only way I can see a way forward at the moment. This tool, this brad nailer, has been a godsend, because before I was using an air nailer, and this air line, and I was getting tangled up with my feet, etc., and it's just a bit of a hazard, really. So by having cordless tools, it's a lot better. Right, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to sand those edges down. Take another journey. Not quite a kitchen, a finishing strip on a kitchen worktop, but this does the trick. And that's that. So a nice edge on it. They're not going to be exposed to the elements now, and by the time I put the front and back on, it's going to look tidy. So I'm happy with that. So I always put the back on first, because the back has to sit at 90 degrees. The front of the box is going to be tilted back slightly. So I always fit the back first. It's quite simple. There's some clamps, and I'll show you how I do this. So I just clamp it to keep it still. Use 2 clamps for this one. And then we're going to nail it, brad nail it, glue it and brad nail it like that. So, make sure I got the right size brad nails first. I think these are too small ones, so I use the bigger ones for this. So I'm using 50mm brad nails for this, a bit more heavy duty. So, run some glue right down the edge. This glue is important because if you, it's 3/4 inch ply or 18mm ply, so a box is reasonably heavy, and I don't think brad nails is good enough really. I don't think it will hold. But if you've got a good quality, if you've got some good quality glue, like Gorilla Glue, that's going to help big time, and that's going to keep it together. So I think it's the glue that will keep this together. Obviously the brad nails will help as well. It's a good combination. Because what I used to do, I used to use screws to keep it all together. But again, screws are so expensive these days, and my brad nails come in packs of 5,000. So it is slightly cheaper, I think, using brad nails. So that's the back on. And like I said, that's got to be 90 degrees. So then just tap it on a bit. I'll sit there for a sec. Show you what I do now in a sec. Piece of play off. Just cut some 45-degree triangles. Will basically keep the back dead straight. Use my little 45-degree, 90-degree triangles, and I'm going to use these just to fit in the corners here, and then I know that's dead straight 90 degrees. So get some glue. Again, glue is important. It's all very well screwing and gluing, nailing it together, but it's the glue that does the job really. So push that in to make sure that's 90 degrees. Which it is. Brad nail there. Till there is that. One side. Although there's one poking out there. Exactly the same the other side. It's not going to take up any room in the box. This is just going to be tucked down in the corners of the box. But I think these strengthen it up big time. These little brackets, these little 45-degree angles. Again, it's all these little details you want to spend your time doing. The box will be a lot better box for it. That's that. So I know that's like 90 degrees now. And then when the front goes on, I don't know if you can see that, so that's the 90 degree there. The front will be glued and pinned on, but it's going to tilt backwards then, which will allow, by the time I put the sides on, the sides sort of come out to here, you've got that bit of an overhang then, which protects the entrance over it.